Hey, what's up? It's Sunny. Welcome to Sunny's Geeky Grove, the podcast about all things geeky. Today's episode is actually going to be a little bit different. I am actually going to do a get to know me tag. I've seen them all over YouTube for years, and I thought maybe since, I'm still kind of new, and there's a few of you, maybe I should do this now, and, just see how it goes. Before we dive deep into me, that subscribe button, if you've been waffling on doing it or happen to be new here, I do post new episodes of my podcast every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will include all 20 questions down in the description below, right after my social media links. So I do tend to ramble. I will try and rein it in on some questions. They're not too deep, but they are some general surface questions and then a few fun ones towards the end that I came up with. And let's just go in. Number 1, what's your name? Sunny. You can call me Sunny. And Sunny. I know, so fucking difficult, right? Number 2, dogs or cats? Cats. I actually have 3 cats. Sky, Ward, and Lilith. They are precious. They are amazing. Lilith has interrupted a few videos. Ward has interrupted a few. Sky is very quiet and likes to stay off to the side. She's a little bit older than the other 2, so she's like super mature. Number 3, coffee or tea? I prefer coffee. I drink it more frequently. I don't dislike tea. I did just recently try a London fog thanks to one of my favorite YouTubers, Raw Beauty Christy, and it was heavenly. I'm not even gonna lie, she hearted my comment on Twitter and subtweeted me, and I just fangirled so hard. But I do prefer coffee. Number 4, what's your favorite season? Autumn is my favorite season, and it's like the shortest, I swear. I live in an area where I do experience all 4 seasons. However, I feel like autumn is about 2, maybe 3 weeks, and summer is like, it encroaches on autumn's time, and winter always ends up coming in early, so I get about 2 or 3 weeks of autumn air, the crispy leaves, the crunch, the scarves and sweaters, and then I have to transition into winter coats and hats and earmuffs and mittens and snow boots, and I hate it. But for that little amount of time, I have my precious season, and I love it. Number 5, what's your favorite holiday? If you were expecting anything besides Halloween, you're wrong. Because my favorite holiday is Halloween, followed very, very closely by Christmas. I do enjoy the camaraderie and the festiveness of Christmas. I don't enjoy it more than Halloween, though. Halloween, you get the spooky music, the spooky movies, the really amazing decor. You get to go to haunted houses, and I just love Halloween. I love it. I wish that everyone celebrated Halloween all month long of October like I do. Number 6, what's your favorite drink? So I have a cold brew coffee every day, but I think my favorite drink, this is asking like drink, like alcohol drink? I don't drink alcohol. It's not for any like, big stance. I just don't like the taste. So I'm going to say my favorite drink is Diet Pepsi, or cold brew coffee. Number 8, who's your favorite singer? This one's actually pretty hard because I tend to cycle through, but if I look at it on the whole and really like say, okay, singing-wise, voice-wise, conveying emotion-wise, I'm going to have to go with Patrick Stump, lead singer of Fall Out Boy. I have been a Fall Out Boy fan since my very early days as an emo punk kid, teenager, and at my, second real job, I worked at Hot Topic, and yeah, and they were transitioning stuff at my current store, and they were allowing us to basically go through the CD stacks that they had, and I was like, oh, no one wants this Fall Out Boy album? I'm gonna take it. I'm taking this album. And I took 17 albums that from a bunch of different bands that I had never heard of, and then I got Take This to Your Grave, Fall Out Boy, Metropolis 2001, I believe. It was like a techno EDM type compilation album. And then I got a Death Cab for Cutie album. Those are the three that I remember the most. And I still have all three of those albums somewhere in storage. Obviously, I've transitioned to all digital, but I still have them, and I look back at my time at Hot Topic very fondly. It was a lot of fun. But Patrick Stump is my favorite singer. I told you I ramble. Number 9, who are your favorite YouTubers? Well, I do have a few that I watch regularly, but I'm always on the lookout for new ones. Currently, obviously, let's go with the OG, Shane Dawson. I have been watching him since 2007. I remember the Shanae clips and, him collabing with Brittany Louise Taylor, BLT. She was actually the very, very, very first YouTuber I ever bought merch for. Cupcake Goddess. I'll probably end up repeating this story when I unbox my Shane Dawson palette. Hopefully I get it very soon, but yeah. So Shane Dawson. I watch a lot of Simply Nailogical. If you don't know who that is Kristine Rothenburg. She is a Canadian YouTuber who first started out doing nail art, and now she just does whatever she wants, and we love her. She's a peer-reviewed queen. She actually works for the Canadian government. She's a crime statistics analysis, and she has a full-time day job, and so does her boyfriend, and they do YouTube on the side, and I really just love them so much. Christine the Hollow Queen. Anyway, holotaco.com if you want to check out her own nail polish line. Another YouTuber that I watch all the time is Sophia Nygaard. Her and Tyler are amazing. She does all those weird clothing things like platform Uggs from Balenciaga, the 9-foot long sleeved jean denim jacket, or the Slender Man pants that are also 9 foot long, and wearing clear plastic jeans or wearing plastic clothes all week, things like that. She also has her own segment of Bad Makeup Science where she combines all of her eyeshadows or lipsticks together, and she just recently had a collab with ColourPop Cosmetics and came out with a lipstick line, a 6-color line, that I really was sad that I didn't get the full thing, but I did get the Bury Me in Lipsticks shade, and it does not work for my skin tone, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Another one, like I already mentioned previously, is Raw Beauty Chrissy. She is a booty guru. And she is just really funny. She's genuine. She's compassionate. She is 100% cruelty free. And she does chit chat, get ready with me, or does tutorials and reviews. If you're into makeup, I cannot recommend her more. Another YouTuber that I just recently actually found a few months ago is Smokey Glow. She's a young woman who is doing reviews and tutorials and things like that. She always is very genuine and has a good, strong message about being true to yourself and, doing what's right for not only yourself, but also the world. And at the end of all of her videos, she always, reminds people to go register to vote, which I think is just fantastic. It's just so wonderful. And then, I watch, Bon Appetit. Claire is my favorite. I love you, Claire. You are just perfection. Chef's kiss. Claire is the one that is the pastry chef that makes gourmet things like gourmet Takis, Pocky, Twinkies, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Skittles, things like that. So Starburst was a really good episode. She's amazing. I love you, Claire. Let's move on. There are plenty of more YouTubers that I watch, but those are probably my faves. Number 10, are you in or have gone to college? I'm currently not enrolled. There are plans to go for my master's. I have actually graduated with my bachelor's of science in education, secondary education, 7 through 12, majoring in English with a concentration in inclusive practices. What that means is I can teach grades 7 through 12 for English, and the inclusive practices side is like special education. I do not have a degree in that. It just means that I have more information and have worked closer with, like IEPs, which stands for Individualized Educational Plan. I have worked in self-contained classrooms, and I have had more experience than a typical just 7 through 12 English teacher candidate. I currently, am living that life, and I have high hopes of applying for a master's of social work here for the coming school year so that I can get my master's in social work, and that covers lots of things, not just social working. That is personal therapy, counseling. I would be able to then work towards a doctorate if I wanted to become like a psychiatrist. I could use, that's Lilith. I could use a master's of social work to then go into education and be a social worker, so to speak, inside of a school. In order to do that, you have to have your master's of social work. So it is something that I'm looking forward to. I'm a very empathetic person and sympathetic, and I am eager to do that. Anyway, number 11, lighthearted question now. What is your coffee order? Well, this right here is a cold brew from Starbucks with sugar-free vanilla. Add half and half light ice. I like it to be a little more blonde than most people probably would, but I don't know. That's my order. Cold brew. Do it. Do it right now. Number 12, do you have any siblings? I actually do have 2 older brothers. I am the youngest. I am the youngest only. Which, if I got any psychology fans out there, yep, I pretty much fit into that. Being a youngest only girl, what that means is out of the 3 children, I am the youngest, but I am also the only girl. And so when there's a child that is a youngest only, they tend to get treated in the same manner as an oldest child. They tend to get, the specialized care, the specific clothing, or all brand new toys, things like that. Something like an older child would get, they'd get fussed over more, all the brand new latest toys, clothing, gadgets, things like that. And the middle children tend to get the shaft And I am somebody that really does vibe with Carl Jung's psychology theory. On that, I've taken a lot of psychology courses. I find it very interesting and exciting, and I like to see how that applies to my personal life and to others that I meet along the way. I do have, a lot of schooling under my belt, and I've taken so much psychology. I actually took every psychology class that I could without being able to get a degree. I would have had to focus on other things that would have taken me away from my College of Ed. And I wasn't about that. I, want to be a teacher. So there you go. Let's go ahead and dive into a little more fun type of questions. Number 13, what is the one TV show that you would bring back for one final season? Firefly. I believe that most of the shows that I watch have had too many glaring issues to really make me feel like they needed another season. iZombie wrapped up perfectly. Jane the Virgin wrapped up pretty well. And, those are just the two recent I can think of off the top of my head. But Firefly is definitely one of those that, even though we had the movie, I feel like I need just a little bit more, and they could just bring Wash back, and we don't have to. We're not going to question it. Just give us Alan Tudyk, okay? Just give us our cast. All right, we're fine with it. Lilith is just having a heyday. I'm not sure why. Number 14, is there a pop culture reference you make all the time that no one ever seems to get? So, I will randomly say, bored now. And no one, is like, hey, nice Buffy reference, Sonny. They're always like, wow, you're rude. Like, wow, who is this bitch? Why is she telling us she's bored? Like, what the fuck? And it's like, no. And it's Doppelganger Willow. Please, it's Vampire Willow. That's all I'm saying. I'm not actually probably bored. Although I might be. I don't know. But, yeah, I say that all the time. Or in 2 questions, there's another Buffy reference that no one ever seems to get. Number 15. If you could have one superhero come to life, which would it be and why? So I would probably pick Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And not, obviously, Tom Holland is alive and he is an actor. I mean that specific iteration of Spider-Man. With that particular suit. That wouldn't necessarily mean that Tony Stark has to be a real person either. I'm just saying, that suit and the kind of, mythos around him. I think that he would be a great addition to New York, alright? Because Spider-Man ain't gonna be traveling all over the world saving people. He's gonna stick to, Brooklyn. Or Queens, or Hell's Kitchen. He's gonna stick there. So I think that it would be cool to have a, young adult Spider-Man saving things. I don't know. Plus Tom Holland is, the best Spider-Man. I know. I used to love Andrew Garfield, but fuck. Tom Holland is just such perfect casting. Number 16. Okay. So, your cookie dough. What kind are you, and are you done baking? I feel like I am... I'm probably a monster cookie. Those are the ones that have, they're the normal cookie base, but then they have, toffee chips and nuts and chocolate chips, and maybe they have peanut butter, and then sometimes they could have coconut flakes, and they have lots of stuff in them. And I feel like each recipe of Monster Cookie is a little bit different from the next. And what an analogy for people. No, I feel like I have little bits and pieces of everyone that I interact with inside of me. I have different mannerisms and turns of phrases that I pick up from other people when I spend enough time with them, and I do enjoy it, and I think that I add it to who I am and adapt it and make it my own. And, obviously I'm like really super sweet. Like, I'm just so nice. And am I done baking? No, I am not. I'm not done baking. I have heaps and bounds of learning to do. Every day I welcome the opportunity to learn and to grow, to change, to push myself harder, to change things that need to be changed, to allow other aspects of my life to grow, to really just show to myself that, hey, just because you make a mistake today doesn't mean that you're going to make the same mistake tomorrow. And, making mistakes are what we need. We need to learn and grow. And I think that, if I were done baking, I think that that would be bad for how young I am. I think that it's really important to know that I have not lived as much life as somebody else, and that I really do need to, take other people's interactions and exposure and understand and synthesize how I can get that into my life, how I can incorporate that in a way that's meaningful for me. And I think that if I were done baking, I would know every answer. I would be right all the time, and I'm not. I make mistakes, and I know that. I own the fact that I'm kind of a shitty person sometimes, that sometimes I just make a choice, and it's not a good choice, or sometimes I don't make a choice, and that's the wrong thing to do, because inaction is making a choice. And so I'm not trying to go on a diatribe of like, oh, be better people. Just like, be better people. Can we be better people yet? Like, can we? We're working on it. All right. Number 17, do you have a life motto? If so, what is it? My life motto is that I want people to know that they are seen, heard, and valued. And, I work hard on that. I am the person that if I see somebody talking and no one's acknowledging them, I'm going to lock eyes with them and have them repeat themselves if I didn't hear it, or I'm going to paraphrase what they've said and ask them to please continue. I have experienced that so much in my life where I've been overlooked, overtalked, ignored, that I hated how that felt. It's so lonely and it's isolating. And I want other people to know that they are important and that I see them, and that, just if one person sees them, maybe that'll help them feel a little bit better about that interaction, that specific interaction, and they can think of that the next time that they're trying, like, okay, well, Sunny, when we were talking the other day, she brought this up to me when I was talking about this, and I think it's an important thing that I'm going to share with you today. Please listen. Hopefully that if I do that and can encourage that in others, that will have people that feel like they are seen. And, there's a lot of sadness in people in this world, and I've lost too many to let someone think that they're not heard or valued, because people are very important, and we need to keep those important people in our lives, because if we don't tell somebody now, we might not have the opportunity later. And I'm not necessarily meaning the most a horrific ending. I'm just meaning they might not be around. They might choose to cease talking to you. They might move away. They might change schools. They might, quit their job and find a new one. So we need to take the opportunities that we have to really do reach out to people and help them know that they're cared for, that they're, valued for love. I'm going to repeat that over and over again. And not every person is deserving of that from you. You have to make that judgment call yourself, because, not everybody's going to get along with everybody, but we should make a conscious choice to be kind. And if you don't like somebody in a certain situation, then maybe you are choosing the best path of not saying anything and not acknowledging them, because if you do, you might be a little salty. That's understandable. Obviously, you have to take care of yourself as well, and you can't just placate to everybody. I know that kind of walked around in circles. Number 18. What would be the perfect way for you to spend your birthday? I enjoy sleeping in. First of all, I'm going to sleep in. I am going to get a coffee. I'm going to get a free coffee from Starbucks. Thank you, Starbucks. And then I'm going to pick up my free gift from Ulta, which was a mini MAC lipstick this year. I forgot to go to Sephora, but I haven't purchased anything from them in like a year and a half, so I figured I probably didn't have anything anyway. But the last time I went, it was an Urban Decay Vice lipstick mini in the shade Back Talk, and it was amazing, and I loved the formula, and I actually bought a full size in Unicorn a few weeks later because I just loved the formula so much. Anyway, and then I'm gonna probably go out to lunch, probably by myself again, and, I don't know. I don't like doing anything too over the top. Maybe a good dinner, another coffee, even if I have to pay for it, that's fine. And just like watching a movie or something, or watching a few episodes of a TV show I love. Low key, chill. Yeah. Number 19, if you were forced to be turned into a fictional character for 1 week, who would you choose and why? I would choose to be Willow Rosenberg from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And let me tell you, it is not just because she's a witch. It may be that, but oh, I love Willow so much. She's so kind and powerful and strong and amazing, and I just want to pinch her cheeks and with her consent, and just like be like, I love you, Willow. And she's funny, she's smart, she's witty, she's kind, she's caring, she's a witch. I want to be a witch. Let me be a witch. Can I be a witch? She is just she's perfect. And number 20, assuming there were no limitations or negative repercussions, what is the one thing you've always wanted to try? I have always wanted to try parachuting out of an airplane. Now, the thing is, I am too afraid that I would get, the parachute that didn't release, and then the backup that didn't release, and then I would just die. And then no one would catch me, and then I'd splatter. So, knowing there's no negative repercussions, your girl's gonna try it. I mean, I'm terrified of heights, but if I know that nothing bad is going to happen, then there's no point in not doing it, because I'm going to be fine. I'm going to live. I'm not going to get hurt. So hell yeah, I'm jumping out of a fucking plane. Let me. But yeah, those are the 20 questions that I've answered today. Hopefully you got to know me a little bit more. This is almost 30 minutes now. So that's me rambling a lot. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments what you thought. You can answer the questions yourself or answer a few, answer none. I don't care. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if you would like to. It would make me smile and really happy, and that would just be really awesome of you. And you can follow me on Twitter at Sunny Geeky Grove or on Twitch, where I sometimes stream at Sunny's Geeky Grove. I make a new podcast every single Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A link to my Anchor profile is in the description box down below if you want another way to listen to me. I'm available on 8 different platforms. I hope you have a truly amazing day. You deserve the best in life. I hope you know that I mean that by now. You are amazing, wonderful, and valid. Once again, my name is Sunny, and you have been fantastic. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.